Hey everyone. We all use the cloud constantly, every single day. But have you ever stopped to think about what it is? I mean, really, what's the blueprint that makes it all work so flawlessly? Well, today, we're going to pull back that curtain.
Seriously, think about it. When you're streaming a movie or you save a photo, it just happens. It feels instant, almost like magic. But what is the actual structure? What is holding together the billions, maybe trillions, of digital things happening every single day?
Right. It's not magic at all. The answer is architecture, a really specific and honestly a revolutionary design philosophy that completely changed how we build software. And we're about to break down exactly what that means.
Okay, before we go any deeper, let's just get a baseline. What are we even talking about? Well, at its heart, software architecture is basically the plan. It's the blueprint that decides how all the different digital pieces of a system are organized, and, just as important, how they talk to each other to actually get a job done.
So, if we're talking about the cloud's blueprint, what are the big pieces? Let's take a quick look at the basic anatomy of the system. Generally speaking, you can break it down into four main parts. First, you've got the front end. That's the thing you're holding or looking at right now, your phone, your laptop. It's the part you actually interact with. Then you've got the back end. Think massive servers, huge data centers. Then there's the delivery model, which is how the service gets to you. And of course, the network, the internet, basically, that connects everything together.
But here's the thing, just listing off the parts doesn't really explain the genius of the cloud. The real secret sauce isn't what the pieces are, it's how they're designed to interact with each other. There's this core philosophy at play, and that's where it gets interesting.
And that philosophy has a name. It's called service-oriented architecture, or SOA for short. Honestly, this is the big idea. This is the concept that makes the modern cloud as we know it even possible. So what is SOA? It's a way of building software where your big application is actually made up of a bunch of smaller, independent parts called services. Now, the most important phrase on this screen, the key to the whole thing, is loosely coupled. This quote just nails it. The entire goal is to create these little services that aren't just for one application, but can be shared and reused over and over again. You can see how that would save a ton of time and resources, right? And this is what loosely coupled really means. It means one service doesn't need to know anything about the messy internal workings of another service. All it needs to know is how to ask for something and how to get the answer back. That independence is everything. It's what gives the whole system its incredible flexibility. To really understand why this was such a game changer, there's a perfect analogy. Think of it like you're building with digital Legos. Okay, imagine you have to build something. Your first option is to take a giant solid block of wood and just start carving. You have to painstakingly carve out every single little detail. Or you could just start with a box of standard-sized Lego bricks. And this comparison just lays it all out. The old way, carving the wood, gave you these giant monolithic applications where every little part was deeply connected. If you wanted to change one thing, you risk breaking 10 other things. It was slow, it was rigid. But the SOA approach, the Legos, gives you these modular, independent services. You can easily swap a piece out, add a new one on top, or even take a piece and use it in a totally different project. It's flexible, it's fast, it's literally built for change. Okay, so that's the theory. But why should you actually care about any of this? Well, because this shift in architecture has a huge direct impact on the digital tools you rely on every single day. I'm not exaggerating when I say this. Without this flexible, modular, Lego brick way of thinking, the cloud as we know it just wouldn't work. It couldn't exist.
You know all those acronyms that get thrown around? SaaS, PaaS? Well, things like software as a service, think about Google Docs or Netflix, or platform as a service, which lets developers build their own apps in the cloud. They're all direct results of this approach. They are, at their core, just big collections of these shared, reusable services delivered to you over the internet.
So if you take away one thing, let it be this. The whole point was to break down massive software problems into smaller, independent, reusable services. And by doing that, we created a system that is unbelievably flexible and agile. It's what allows for the constant updates, the nonstop innovation, and the sheer scale that our modern world demands.
At the end of the day, the cloud isn't some single mysterious entity out there. It's proof of a better way to build things. It's a massive ecosystem of interconnected services. And now that we have this incredible, globe-spanning box of digital Legos, the only question left is, what are we going to build next?